Gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I rise in strong opposition to H.R. 5711. This legislation is only the latest misguided and politicized effort by the majority to undermine the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, a historic agreement negotiated by the world's major powers in order to keep Iran from developing a nuclear weapon. Simply put, enactment of H.R. 5711 would violate the United States government's obligations under the JCPOA, opening the door for Iran to walk away from this agreement. It also threatens to undermine our credibility with our allies and negotiating partners. Now, we must be vigilant. No one disagrees with this. We must be vigilant in ensuring Iranian compliance with the terms of the JCPOA. We also should continue to hold Iran to account for its violations of human rights, for its sponsorship of terrorism, and for its non-nuclear weapons development. Last night I supported, as did almost every member of this body, a clean reauthorization of the Iran Sanctions Extension Act, which guarantees Congress's ability to snap back sanctions should Iran violate the JCPOA. The reauthorization also allows Congress to take positive action on Transition Day, should it be verified that Iran has used its nuclear capacity only for peaceful purposes. So the continued authorization of sanctions will allow the United States to continue to exert pressure on the Iranian regime. The dangerous bill before us today would do just exactly the opposite. By directly blocking a specific provision of the JCPOA, namely the permissible sale of commercial passenger aircraft, this legislation would send a clear message to the Iranian people that the United States does not negotiate in good faith, that we expect to have it both ways, with Iran dismantling its nuclear facilities and getting nothing in return. We must also remember, my colleagues, that the Iran nuclear agreement is not just a bilateral agreement between Iran and the United States. It is the product of years and years of negotiations among Iran and the P5+1. That's the United Kingdom, China, France, Russia, Germany, and the United States. The bill before us today would break faith with those negotiating partners in a reckless and dangerous way. Because of this agreement, the breakout time for Iran to develop enough weapons-grade material for a nuclear weapon went from 2 to 3 months to a year or more. Because of this agreement, the international community has 24/7 access to Iran's nuclear sites. Because of this agreement, we possess the enforcement mechanisms necessary to verify Iran's compliance. By all objective accounts, Iran has upheld its end of the bargain. Why would we give up these capabilities by failing to uphold ours? In light of the political transitions taking place in our country, now is especially the time when the United States must keep its word to our allies and to the international community. Now, regardless of all this, it appears that our Republican colleagues are willing to jeopardize a major international agreement for political advantage. They're willing to undermine the credibility of the United States and our allies on the international stage. My colleagues, instead of scoring political points or seeking to undo the foreign policy legacy of the outgoing president, we should be working together in a bipartisan manner to ensure this agreement's success. For that reason, I urge colleagues to vote against this bill.